This is a banana, as you can see. And it's not just any banana, it's an old banana. And it's not particularly pretty. I mean, it's brown, it's got spots, it's squidgy, and it's got a really pungent, unpleasant smell. I wouldn't really want to eat it as it is. And yet if I were to make a smoothie or a banana cake, well then this would be ideal, because as bananas ripen, so they become sweeter. In fact, if left in the perfect conditions, this banana would begin to ferment and turn into alcohol, which of course is such a powerful thing. And so as ugly as an old banana looks, it's actually quite an amazing thing. And it also points us to our Christian life. Even though outwardly we're wasting away, and I'm sure that some of you have been called an old banana once or twice in your lives, but despite that, inwardly we've been renewed through our faith in Jesus. And as our relationship with Christ ripens, so more of his sweetness and power is known in us and through us. Each one of us from the moment that we're born is headed in the same direction. As soon as we begin living, we also begin dying. Isn't that a strange paradox? Life and death coexisting. And yet we know it's true from what the Bible tells us, from our experience, and from the world all around us. We live in a broken and yet a beautiful world. Just look at all the trees rotting away to the glory of God right now in all their vibrant colour. And God calls us to live a colourful life for him too, even though this world is so messy. And yet so many of us, if we're honest, are often concerned more about not dying and holding on to the things that we can't hold on to than in truly living for that which lasts. The Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians wrote this: "Therefore we do not become discouraged, spiritless, disappointed or afraid. Though our outer self is progressively wasting away, yet our inner self is being progressively renewed day by day. For our momentary light distress, this passing trouble, is producing for us an eternal weight of glory, a fullness beyond all measure, surpassing all comparisons, a transcendent splendour and an endless blessedness. So we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are unseen. For the things which are visible are temporal, just brief and fleeting, but the things which are invisible are everlasting and imperishable." Paul calls us to not look at that which we can see which is fading away, but to that which is eternal and invisible through eyes of faith. It's so apparent at this moment in time that our world is imperfect. There are problems around us and problems within, and yet we worship a perfect God who loves us and holds us. And in all our dying, he wants us to live for him and for what truly matters. And so let's prioritize our relationship with Jesus. Let's seek to ripen our walk with him, that we would know more of his power, his resurrection life working within us, and that we would know the sweetness of his care. And as we do, that we would be a blessing to the world in which we live, and that we and others through us would be able to taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh.